1960. China and India are much closer than most people think, and something happens in this race in 1987 that almost nobody knows about. Watch carefully. This is 1960. China's economy, $60 billion. India's, $37 billion. China is only 1.6 times bigger, not the 5 times most people assume. But to understand what you are about to see, you need one fact. In 1820, China was the world's biggest economy at 33% of all global wealth. Then European countries invaded with warships, forced open its markets, and drained its resources for over a century. By 1950, China had fallen from number 1 to less than 4% of world wealth. What you see in 1960 is not a powerful China. It is a country just barely beginning to stand up again. One fact that changes how you see this race. From 1950 to 1978, China and India grew at almost the same speed. Mao's communist policies hurt China just as badly as India's slow government held India back. The huge gap had not even started yet. (1978). One man changes the direction of the world. Deng Xiaoping visits Japan, sees workers in a car factory, and comes back to China with one message: to get rich is glorious. A communist country just told its people that making money is not a crime. Special zones open on the coast. Foreign companies flood in. Hundreds of millions of workers get jobs. From this single decision, China's economy will grow 300 times over the next 45 years. The fastest economic rise in all of human history starts right here in 1978. (1987). Look at the chart right now. India's economy just went past China's. India, 282 billion. China, 273 billion. India is actually ahead. Most people alive today have never heard this fact. It will not last. China crosses back in 1988 and never looks back again. This is the last time India was ever bigger than China. If this surprised you, hit subscribe. Genuine Stats brings you facts about India and the world that most people have never seen, every week. After the Tiananmen Square protests in 1989, Western countries put sanctions on China. Most people thought China's economy would crash. Instead, Deng relaunched his reforms in 1992. Within 3 years, China's economy had doubled. (2001). China joins the World Trade Organization. America says yes to this deal, believing it will make China more open and democratic. But what actually happens? Hundreds of millions of cheap workers enter the world market. American companies close their factories and move them to China. Chinese factories start making half the world's furniture, 60% of solar panels, and nearly 30% of all manufactured goods on Earth. America did not tame China. It handed China the tools to become the factory of the entire world. India produces 1.5 million engineers every single year, more than America and all of Europe put together, but India's economy is still 5 times smaller than China's. Is India's biggest moment still ahead? (2014). This is the year the gap stops making sense. In just this 1 year, China's economy grows by more than $1 trillion. India's entire economy in 2014 is $2 trillion. China's single year of growth is half of everything India has built in 60 years. India is working hard, growing at 7% a year, but China is adding more in 12 months than India has in a lifetime. In real money, the gap is getting bigger every single year. By 2026, China's economy is around $20 trillion. India is at $4.3 trillion, almost 5 times the difference. But in 1960, China was only 1.6 times bigger, and in 1987, India was actually ahead. The entire gap opened in 1 generation because of one man's decision in 1978 and one trade deal in 2001. India is now growing faster than China for the first time. What do you think India needs to create its own 1978 moment? Tell us in the comments.